And she had to be ready now. For all she knew, she might have only one chance to make herself heard. Marilia. She turned to see Cameline standing next to her. Her friend, her sister by marriage, put her hand on Marilia's shoulder. You look like you're about to rip out your hair. I feel like I am. Cameline, I don't know what to do. I can't think. Just take a moment. Cameline drew close enough that Marilia could feel her warmth. It was a greater comfort than the warmth of the candle had been. Just breathe. Marilia took a deep breath. She pictured herself standing in her father's shrine, listening to the deep, soothing rumble of his voice as he ran her through the Stoic's trance. Empty your mind. Find your center. She took another breath in and out. This is just another game of Capture the Emperor, she told herself. It's not. These aren't some pieces on a game board. They're men's lives. It's not the same. Then pretend it is. If it was, what would you do? Just sit back and let yourself loose? No. Your father always called you stubborn, because you are. You'd fight to the last piece. You'd make sure that if you lost, you could sit back and comfort yourself with the knowledge that no one could have done any better. You have to do this. You were meant to do this. I thought there would be more time, she muttered under her breath. The Tyracians would be there before the sun set again. Well, there isn't. Make do with the time you have. In a way, she had been preparing for this moment all her life. She thought back to all those little moments that had led her here, a long and dizzying path to this cliff's edge. From those first innocent games in her mother's pillow house, to those years in her father's villa, to her marriage to Canadiel, Lord of Spartenos, a union which had been so suddenly cut short. She'd watched him fall. She'd been helpless then. She wasn't now. She closed her eyes, let the world around her fall away, let the noise of the camp fade to a distant murmur, like a river. She forgot the taste of the smoke, the bite of fear in her chest. It was just her and the Tyracians, trapped in their game. The only game that mattered. Life or death. Winner take all. Somewhere far, but not too far, to the south, a war horn echoed through the hills. They were coming. Part 1. Childhood. 9 years ago. Chapter 1. Come on, before Tyrace comes back. Annuweth took Marilia's hand and pulled her along the hallway. Marilia hesitated. Truth be told, she didn't really want to come on. She wasn't sure what waited for them at the end of the hallway, but the sounds coming from the rooms on either side made the hairs on the back of her neck rise, and she would have much rather gone back downstairs to where she and her brother were supposed to be working with the other children, serving drinks to Obal's buyers. But she wouldn't let her brother see her fear. So, with one last uneasy glance behind her, she followed Annuweth down the hall. The ceiling was hung with paper lanterns. The hall was red, the color the sun made when it shone through her fingertips. Annuweth's face glowed with the same bloody color, as if he was a traveler who had just emerged from a storm at the edge of the red wastes. Hand in hand they went. On either side, silk drapes hung across open doorways. Dark shapes flickered on the other side. There were sounds, too, the voices of men and women. Then they heard Mother's voice. They paused outside the curtain. Maybe we should go back, Marilia said. Do you want to? Annuweth turned his eyes toward her. There was a pause as they waited. From inside came a sound like feet landing on wet clay. No, she said, holding his gaze. Me neither. Let's see. It was, after all, what they had come for, why they had sneaked away. Annuweth reached for the curtain, but Marilia's hand was faster. She took hold of the edge of the curtain and, ever so slightly, drew it back. They peered in through the gap.